Yeah.
Woo!
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Fantastic. Yeah, I had a great weekend. Went to LA, saw NineFinger perform live. Yeah, that was
yeah.
great.
You play the song?
Yeah. Oh no, they didn't play the song.
No, not this time.
I figured they. I mean,
It's fair enough. It's the 20th anniversary. They should be doing more serious things than our theme song, you know?
Yeah. So for everyone out there, NineFinger is the talented band that created our jingle for Comics and Crypto, and we saw them perform live in Los Angeles in the Viper Room, the legendary Viper Room, which was owned once for like I think a decade, all throughout the '90s, by Johnny Depp. Yeah, he owned the.
Oh really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Johnny Depp owned the Viper Room.
Oh,
Time, yeah.
Damn,
Cool.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So very cool. Yeah, how was your guys' weekends? Good.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, busy working.
Nice.
Work. Yay, but you know, it's good.
Just hung out with friends, basically. Ski a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I should take some time off, you know?
Very good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think you told us you didn't have like anything scheduled. You were just gonna kind of just.
It's great. I just did the thing. It was great. And now tonight I'm going to. It's called Uller Fest, which is like this big like Viking festival.
Nice.
In Breckenridge, which is I missed it because I was working, so I didn't get to go. But earlier today they did a world-breaking shot ski, basically the longest shot ski ever.
No way!
Like hundreds of people, and it's been this like running thing between Breckenridge and Park City, and they keep going back and forth. Like they like every year they break it, and then so it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's incredible. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, keep us posted on that. Can't wait to see the video.
I wish I had a Viking outfit or a helmet or something, but you know. Maybe I'll just bring my hatchet.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining, everybody. Welcome to Comics and Crypto, your source for everything collectible. We are going to go over some awesome topics, as we do every week. We're going to go over some digital and physical collectibles. And, of course, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments. We love to answer your questions. And of course, make sure to like and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Really appreciate you all for doing that. We are currently running a giveaway. We are doing a giveaway with we're going to have a guest later on. And Spencer, if you'd like to go into detail about our guest, we're having.
I mean, I think our guest will be able to speak for himself, but yeah, there's a project called WeeDE, which is an RWA project in the cannabis space that's doing some really, really cool things. So yeah, I wanted to feature them on this week's episode, and think, you know, it's fun doing our own thing here, just the three of us, but we like to bring in some other people too to join us. So yeah, excited to chat about that. And then what's going on, Wes?
Yeah, what's up, Wes? Yeah, that's awesome, man. We're collaborating with him to do this awesome giveaway. We're giving away an amazing Spider-Man 59 original VeVe variant cover by Frank Miller. And these were given out at New York Comic Con. We're giving away physical of both the Virgin variant and also the cover A. And one lucky winner worldwide is going to win these two comics.
Yeah.
So make sure you get involved. You can go to our Twitter account or follow the link down in the details to get involved in this giveaway. Really excited for this one. It's a lot of fun.
Frank Miller is a huge artist in the comic industry.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Sin
It's
City,
so cool. All of VeVe, right?
Oh, yeah.
So cool. Man, I can't wait to see one-of-one artwork from him. That's pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah. What's up, VeVe Zombie?
Hey, VeVe Zombie, yo! How you doing, bud?
All right, let's get into some topics. And again, if anybody has any questions about physical digital collectibles, please ask them in the comments, and we'll get to them in a few.
Yes.
Legacy Poison Ivy Edition is now available on Candy Digital. They just dropped this today. So make sure to go on Candy Digital's website where you can grab your unique collectible inspired by Gotham City's enigmatic Echo Warrior. Involved.
It's free.
And it's free, yeah.
Yeah.
I like free stuff. You like free stuff?
I love free stuff.
Free stuff's pretty good.
The NFTs that I don't know. I'll take a free physical collectible, then I got to put it somewhere, you know. Like at least like the digital stuff, I'm like, whatever. It's just it's out there. It's
pile it on. Bring on the more free digital stuff.
Yeah, and we're gonna be running a giveaway with Candy Digital soon. Excited to make that announcement, but yeah, definitely get involved in this. You have until I think the 26th of December to mint it. So it's an open mint, I believe, until that date. So make sure you're involved. Very cool.
And also look out. We're going to be running and announcing an exciting giveaway with Candy Digital in DC starting tomorrow. So look out for that as well.
Let's go. All right, here's the best transition of all time. Fart coin. Fart coin to the moon. Oh, yeah, I just heard about this and blast
hate it
off.
so much. I hate it so much, guys.
I know.
Artcoin is at almost 56 cents. How is that possible? I don't understand.
Like
how,
560 million market cap, like a half
Yeah,
a billion market cap.
yeah,
The fart coin?
it's hovered down a little bit, around 50 cents now. But what is happening? Are we entering the bull market, not the bear market, the bull market, Spencer? Is that happening?
I think we're already there. I don't want to say that this signifies anything besides just like pure greed and speculation. There's nothing good that comes out of this. But hey, some people made some money, and maybe some people were able to pay off some bills or some student loans, and it was a really good situation for them, and I'm really happy for those people. But yeah, yeah.
Thanks, Wes. God damn it.
Oh gosh,
that's the one sad side of crypto right now. That's just kind of just like, God damn it.
No, I think we're still kind of in that like the early part of the cycle where like Bitcoin and like ETH are kind of doing their thing, and like I feel like people haven't like started like taking like the real projects super seriously yet. Like it'll start happening like slowly. that's like
that's gonna be the airdrop. That's gonna be the airdrop, Slider. Yeah,
honestly, Slider, if you make that, it'll probably go real well.
I'll buy it. I'll be your first.
I'll buy it. We'll do it. Dutch up
the contract address. I'm in.
Do it.
Yeah, I just heard about this today. I thought it was hilarious, so I thought we'd share.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, people start taking the real projects more seriously sometime soon. And it's not like people haven't been, but like I don't know. Like let's pay more attention to real stuff.
Yeah. I mean this. Yeah, I'm not touching this at all, but it's very enjoyable to watch. Mm-hmm. We'll keep you posted on the Fartcoin's progress. Spencer, this is interesting. What's this about?
I see. This is really cool. So Hackatow, if you're not familiar with Hackatow, they're I think it's a husband and wife duo, like artist duo that like they were, especially during, I mean, I guess they're still considered one of like the biggest artists in the crypto space, but especially during the kind of like 2020, 2021 like crypto art run. They were one of the biggest artists in the space. They do, really, really unique digital art. And they actually did a couple collaborations with Jose Delbo. They did like a really cool collaboration. It was like a Wonder Woman type thing that they did.
Nice.
Like Jose kind of did like his Wonder Woman, because that was like one of the characters that he drew for many, many years for DC. And then Hackatow, kind of like the background of this on the stamp, like these like the very fine, like little like cartoony type stuff. Like that's very much their style. That's kind of like present in all their work. So anyway, that's Hackatow. But yeah, they're doing a really cool collaboration with what is the German or the Dutch? I forget, but it's basically they're doing a physical stamp.
Austria.
In Austria, that's what it is. In Austria, Austrian Post. So yeah, really, really cool to see like a really significant crypto artist, kind of doing something in the physical world. We're a big fan of phygitals and pretty much anything that connects the physical and digital. So yeah, I thought this was really, really cool, and I'm a big fan of Hackatow's work. So yeah, wanted to share.
That's cool, Spencer. Yeah. So for details, it dropped today, and there's a collection of 10,000 of these stamps, and they're in a collaboration with the Austrian Post. And
yeah, I don't know if it sold out. To be honest, I completely forgot about it because I was working today and I wasn't able to be on top. But yeah,
and like you mentioned, they're inspired by Emperor Sisi and Emperor Franz Joseph I. Mm-hmm. Very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Wow, that's awesome. We made detailed visual stories of their lives and afterlives in stamp form. Very cool. So for any of you historian fanatics out there, especially tied to Austria, get involved in this one. Very cool.
If you're into stamps, Yeah.
If
you're a big like VeVe stamp collector, maybe.
Cool. You got that physical one.
That's awesome.
Oh.
So 28 days later. Wow. So this trailer dropped 28 days later. 28 years later.
28 years later.
That's the first one. 28 days later, 28 weeks later. Now we're at 28 years later.
Yeah. You got to give me some context because I don't know what.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
In 2001, a movie came out called 28 Days Later.
Okay.
It was directed by Danny Boyle.
Directed by Danny Boyle. And it was one of those movies that I didn't really hear much about. I kind of went into the theater not really knowing anything about it. And it blew me away.
Okay.
It's a very unique take on the zombie genre, where it's not like some normal thing that just makes you a dead person. It fills you with rage. You become this rage-filled like monster, and you just tear apart and kill people. And so that's the main premise behind these films. And
Okay.
after 28 days later, a few years came 28 weeks later, which wasn't a bad sequel. I actually liked moments in it. There's some good stuff in there. But now Danny Boyle is back with 28 years later, and the trailer is so good.
It's really good.
I watched it and I went, sold. That's all I need to see. It is so good. If you ever have a chance, please watch it, take a look, and then just And what's really cool is apparently a lot of this was shot on an iPhone 15.
Wow.
Yeah, because so the original 28 Days Later was shot on a digital camera. One of the first digital cameras called the Canon XL1. And so that's gave it its unique gritty look. And so I guess for this film, they're kind of giving homage to that by shooting on iPhone cameras. I don't know how much, but that's what I've heard. So,
wow,
yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, it stars Aaron Taylor Johnson and Ray Fiennes is in it. It looks. I mean, the zombie that comes up, the practical effects are insane. Dude. It looks. I'm getting. I'm literally getting goosebumps right now. It was. It was wild.
This whole movie was shot on an iPhone.
Yeah.
If that isn't an advertisement for the iPhone, I don't know what it is.
I know, right? I mean, obviously they rigged it out. They have lights.
Sure. I mean, I know that's like it's more than just like somebody walking around with an iPhone, but like still, it's impressive.
Impressive, yeah.
And the thing is, if everyone out there too, Danny Boyle. I mean, I personally consider him one of my favorite directors. And I'm sure Kevin feels the same way. Mm-hmm. What's special about him is that he's kind of, man, how do you describe him? He's kind of one of the foundation creators of a lot of the way we view film today, especially the Train Spotting. What was the one with James Franco? He cut his arm off.
127 hours.
Yeah,
127 hours. Some Dog Millionaire. That came out of nowhere. That was a darling film for the Oscars. Yeah. And then you have Jobs. You did the Steve Jobs film. That was really good.
I did Yesterday. I don't know if you did that one.
You did Yesterday. Yeah, Yesterday was great. I loved Yesterday. It was a really fun movie. Yeah. So definitely check out this film, and make sure
his repertoire, it just expands everything. He could do any type of film, but he's very still independent, very unique in like the way he chooses shots and the way he comes up with compositions and stuff like that. I love Danny Boyle's style, so I'm excited.
Good point, Kevin. I'm glad that you brought that up. The way he expands the different genres, which is very unique. You don't see that very often. A lot of studios will not back directors that are horror focused and then do a drama, or do a comedy, a little lighthearted comedy like Yesterday, and then you'll go and do 28 Years Later, which looks like a very violent zombie movie. And those zombies are terrifying, dude. Like zombies in general are viewed as slow and brainless. But these things are angry and they are aggressive. It's kind of what's the film?
Like Last of Us. I feel like the clickers, like those things move real quick. Like those
it's World War Z. That's a whole different level, though. That's a whole different.
The new season of Last of Us pretty soon, isn't it?
World War Z I have issues with World War Z.
Well, the story, not the film necessarily, but the way It's super interesting.
There's the new season of Last of Us comes out pretty soon, though, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. Yes, you're right. Oh man,
really awesome.
Very excited because so when I watched the first season of The Last of Us, I had played the first game. So I kind of knew the story and I knew where things were going to go. I've decided to not play the second game, and I'm going to go into season 2 not knowing.
Nice.
Cool.
It's going to be very interesting.
Come back and play it and then get the perspective. That's fun. That's a good approach.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone out there, thank you for your questions. I see some people written questions in the comments. Make sure to write questions if you have any questions about physical digital collectibles as we go through certain updates.
Or just anything about crypto, about like
anything.
What Sean's doing this weekend,
what I'm doing this weekend. Indiana Jones, Kev.
Yes.
Indiana Jones.
Another one.
So this is a video game.
Oh.
This is a video game made in collaboration with Bethesda Games. And I kind of heard about this for a while, but not really much. And then for the past few months, I kept hearing about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Well, the reviews have come out, and they're fantastic. Apparently, people love this game. And apparently, in terms of story, they said it fits right in with the originals. Better story than even the recent movies have done. And I'm excited to play this. I cannot wait. I
think Spielberg was involved in this, wasn't he?
Was he? I don't know. I don't know the whole backstory behind this. I hope he is. But
I've never played an Indiana Jones game before. I feel like that would be a really fun game to play. I don't know if you've never.
Well, so that's the thing. Is like there was a few games back in the day, but they weren't great. They were, okay. But this one really, like, they took it to the next level. Like apparently you don't fire your gun a lot. You do a lot of like fisticuffs or try to figure out ways of getting things done.
Push people off cliffs.
Push people off cliffs.
That's how you get things done.
As you do.
The graphics look incredible. They spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known about this game for at least
That shot was there. Like, was that from the movie or is that from the game?
That's a movie. So that's movie
I was
stuff.
gonna say, I was like,
Yeah, that would
a little too realistic.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's the video.
combination of clips.
Yeah, there we go. That looks like a video game.
Yeah. I love it. And they have like the old sound effects, the punching sound effects, and everything.
Yeah,
Oh.
that looks so good. Yeah, and IGN gave it a 9 out of 10 and called it an irresistible global treasure hunt and far and away the best indie story of this century.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, as the bar's not high for that, but yeah, get excited about it. Get excited.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun adventure for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it.
Nice.
What is that, Wilson? Wilson. So we're going to go over some recent heritage auctions, record-breaking sales,
Nice.
including this Wilson used prop. And this is actually the hero screen-matched Wilson prop from the film, and also was used in apparently in the scene, the iconic scene where it floats away from Chuck Nolan, the character played by Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that
So
last
this is
Nolan.
the Wilson.
That's the Wilson. I'm sorry, Wilson.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh man. Anybody who thought that they would get teary-eyed over a volleyball, man, I lost it. I absolutely lost it.
Yeah. We all did. Everyone.
Yeah. I don't think majority of the world cried over that moment of that volleyball disappearing in the water. Wow, what a powerful moment that was, right? So, anyways, this this prop sold for. I'm gonna take a guess. Over under 100K, guys.
Over.
Oh, it has to be over 100K.
Sold for $162,500 on Heritage Auction.
Nice. Yeah, that makes it.
This is actually interesting, and it's apparently the only Critics' Choice winning inanimate object.
Well, that's why it got it. That's why I made it over 100K. Obviously.
Could you imagine us nominated for an
award? It's the award. It's the fact that it won.
And the award goes to
Wilson.
Just the fact that he's so that'd be incredible. That'd be incredible.
They do that with Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Like, didn't Gollum win an award?
Probably, but yeah, I mean that's a little different, right? Because it's actually performance. And that was the whole debate about visual effects actors, you know, because they put that a lot of emotion into it. I don't know if you've seen who played the dragon in Lord of the Rings. My gosh, it was what's his name?
Are you talking about Benedict Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch. Thank you. Watching him play
film.
behind the scenes. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, really. Look it up.
I have not watched.
Benedict Cumberbatch playing the dragon in Lord of the Rings. It's wild. Yeah, it's really cool.
All right.
Jumanji. This original prop. This is also a hero prop used in Jumanji. This is the exact board.
Sean, maybe explain what a hero prop is for people who don't.
Yes. Yeah. So a hero prop is a prop that's used in close-up shots.
Yeah.
So this
basically any really detailed close-up shot where it looks immaculate in the way you want to see the real detail, because there's obviously different ones where there's like rubber props, which are just for when they're running around or they need to do a stunt. There's maybe even a few props that aren't as detailed that are really for like just quick moments where like something has to move or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this is like the one they bring out when they want it to look amazing on screen.
Yeah.
Wow, look at
and
that.
And it came with the actual chess pieces too.
Cool.
No way.
Yeah, so it came with the chess pieces.
Oh
and
man.
So you see the bot and the dice. And the dice.
I wanted this so bad when I was
so
a kid.
cool. Yeah.
I just rewatched this like pretty recently, and it absolutely holds up.
It holds up
Yeah.
so well. Yeah.
Just any Robin Williams, I'm usually down for. But
I loved how dark they went with it too. Even today's standards. I mean, him talking about what it's like living there.
Yeah.
Talking about you're hearing them eat at night and you pray that you're not next. It's just the way they're able to include those certain moments, just leave it to the imagination, was so brilliant. And that's again goes back to the script, right? Just a powerful script, a very good script. So this
did you guys see the remake, the new one?
It's fun. It's different.
I thought it was really fun. Like
it's really fun. It's fun.
Block and like it's it's fun, you know.
It's really fun. I enjoy it. It's
I
not.
enjoy
It's
it.
nothing. It's nothing like the original.
No, not
Completely
at all.
different. But
Completely
it's
different.
a fun time.
Yeah, it's just a fun movie to watch. Yeah.
So so Jumanji, this sold for $275,000.
Ooh, hell yeah! Damn.
On village auctions. It was a really big weekend, really big lot for Heritage for these movie props.
Yeah.
Really
I don't know
crazy.
what that props
And
is.
we barely gotten started. There's a few
Oh,
more
no.
that
What?
really turned.
What else we got? Oh,
Oh,
Wicked Witch. Her hat, the actual hat used in the opening scene of The Wizard of Oz.
what?
Yeah, they were
Wow.
able to photo match it to that scene.
that's
And
incredible.
it's the actual hat worn by Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch. Perfect time for Wicked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect timing. But yeah,
was
very cool.
Ruby slippers too. They timed a lot of these.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a sec. We'll get to that in a
Okay.
sec.
very well.
Yeah, very cool movie prop.
Dude, that's
Unbelievable
awesome.
piece of
Did
history.
Do you think Heritage like bought like a witch's head like in order to like display this?
I mean,
100%.
considering the significance of this piece,
Yes,
I would not be
100%.
surprised. I would not be
This
surprised.
happens a lot with like prop stores. They'll buy like things or mannequins to like
Mhm.
match. Some of them
Yeah.
like custom make them to
Yeah.
do these things. But yeah, no, 100%.
And
Heritage
that was a
helps
smart
us.
move on their part
You
to
know?
do that.
Yeah.
Because the hat by itself would have still done well, but having it
Yeah.
on a prop like this on a,
Yeah.
Definitely.
makes it a lot more visually understandable.
Yeah.
And man, what do you guys think this sold for?
I don't know. I mean, after
Oh
the
my
Ruby slippers,
God.
this maybe like 800K.
Yeah, right? Or $1 million? I don't know.
Maybe
This-
over a million?
This sold for $2.93 million.
What?
$2.93 million. Yeah,
What?
incredible.
Jeez.
Amazing.
Yeah,
But
It's-
keep in mind, this movie's from the 30s.
30s. Yeah, 38, 39. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Oh man, that's
crazy.
crazy.
Amazing sale. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely incredible.
Wow.
And then of course the red slippers. No need to guess what these sold for.
Yeah. How much did this go?
The astonishing amount. These were the red slippers that were actually stolen from the Judy Garland Museum in mid 2000s, like around 2006, and then it just disappeared. And they resurfaced in 2018. Somebody ended up purchasing them, and that person who bought those at the time in 2018 has now resold them in this auction for probably about 10x. I think
Do
he
you know
bought
what
it
he bought them for?
I believe, and don't hold it against me, guys, but I believe it was around $2 million, somewhere around there. And he
quite the
did pretty well.
He did
Pretty
not
well.
bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad turnaround. And there's a lot of. I mean, I really hope whoever ends up buying these, it comes out and talks about it.
I
You know,
hope
this
so.
is way above the price that we actually thought that it was going to sell for. I thought maybe. I thought if it goes past 5, that'd be incredible.
Yeah.
But again, this is considered the grail
Yeah.
of all
This-
movie memorabilia.
100%.
This is
The fact that these still exist
Yeah.
is incredible.
Yeah.
By the way, just to really, really sell what I just said home, most movie props, including wardrobes, are destroyed
Yeah.
after the movie is finished. Like literally. The studios usually do not hold on to anything like that until more recently. It's a very recent thing to start to do. So the
Yeah.
fact that these from 1939 or 1938 survived is incredible.
Right.
That is just
There was apparently around, I think, a 10 or a dozen that were made originally for the film, but this one, I believe, is one of 4 left that have
Yeah.
survived.
And it has the huge history of being part of the whole heist and all
And
that.
Oh,
what's actually even more interesting is that these specific slippers, apparently, they're able to speculate and potentially confirm that these were used on the Yellow Brick Road scene as well, because
Really?
of the way that the shoes were built. Underneath, there's certain padding to help because the wood, the Golden Road, the Yellow Brick Road was actually made of wood and it was very
Oh.
loud. So they were trying to help prevent the loud, banging on the
that
wood.
makes sense.
They used,
Yes,
so
they were photo match with that. Yeah.
super interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, very
Damn.
cool. So what a massive sale!
Yeah.
One of the biggest sales of all time. I mean, this is just—it's very exciting to see these kind of sales happen. It just really puts a lot of validation in the collectibles market.
Yeah.
And congratulations to whoever ended up winning these. And I really hope that they do come out and talk about it because it's a very cool purchase.
Yeah. And Slider, I saw your comment earlier, and yeah, dude, the collectibles market has been going crazy.
It's nuts.
It's like from Star Wars to everything recently has just exploded.
Yeah.
It's
And
exciting time to be a collector in movie props, but it's also a terrible time.
Yeah,
I'm not even trying to get into it.
yeah, level of
Dang
entry.
it.
You should have gotten into it 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. And also, by the way, our good friend Chris Evers, Market Smart,
Mhm.
wrote a really great blog on Dorothy's Red Slippers, breaking down the Heritage Auction. So make sure to check out Chris's blog. You can go to Go Collect or go to his Twitter account.
Or you can actually go to our blog because we've been featuring a lot of his blogs on our website. So you can go to our website. Yeah, I think we featured this one. Yeah, we did.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
ComicScripted.io, go to blogs and you can read it there. Yeah. Go. Yeah, that's where you want to go.
Post those hits on the website. We'll take them.
Yeah. Definitely check it out. Very, very well written article. Big shout out to Chris
As
Evans
always.
for writing this one.
Yeah,
As always.
very much.
Amazing writer. Wow. So Adidas released their PFP project. This
Yeah.
is nuts. I mean, there's no marketing on this. It just happened. And Spencer.
Yeah, I mean, like it's been. I guess they've been doing stuff around it, but at least I missed it, and at least somehow I don't know. Like they've had like a bunch of different kind of things where like a multiple part reveal process. We can kind of like I think like somewhat like I don't know about totally customized, but like I don't know, kind of like influence what's going on. But yeah, they Adidas released an avatar collection, which I think not all of them, but some of the traits look eerily similar to Artifact. Which follow somebody who at least we thought was doing something well. But yeah, obviously Artifact is no longer doing their thing, which I'm still salty about. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Adidas does with these things. I mean, they're pretty cool looking. Last time I looked, which was a couple days ago, they were going for like $300 on OpenSea. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't had the chance to do too much research into these and like where they're going, but I feel like it's like a relatively low risk for the price point. And I don't know, Adidas is a great brand. They've done some really cool things, in the NFT space over the last few years. They've had some really amazing collaborations with like Bored Ape Yacht Club. And, it's just like I think they understand the Web3 space and kind of the difference between, I don't think there's much of a risk of them shutting, their NFT stuff down like Artifact did, because Nike was $1 billion deep into Artifact and didn't see an ROI. I doubt that Adidas has invested $1 billion into, making these avatars or the shoes or, all the different things that they've done. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully that's something they keep putting effort into. And yeah, so I haven't bought it yet, but I'm thinking about maybe picking one up.
Yeah.
It's doing pretty cool looking.
Yeah, great point, Spencer. And I think that's a good reason why they're probably so low right now. There are 20,000 editions.
There's 20,000 of them as well.
So there are a lot more. So the market cap be a lot higher.
Yeah, that's Artifact, the Clonex. There was 20,000 of those too.
Oh, there were. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
It was very
mean,
similar. Yeah.
Adidas is a massive brand. And I think right now there's a lot of FUD around this because of what happened with Artifact Studios. But I think Adidas, they also probably were creating this in the process and not necessarily releasing this because of Artifact going down.
Mhm.
But I think they're probably excited about the future of what this could do in this PFP collection.
I bet a lot of people who are Artifact people are going to end up moving over to this.
It's
I wouldn't be surprised, so.
for $300. I mean, that's a pretty low level of entry considering.
I'm like the perfect example of somebody who was very into the Artifact stuff, and I sold my clone, and now I'm like, maybe I pick one of these up. I need a new PFP. I love my broadside. But
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I mean, talking about it now, and again, not financial advice, guys. We're not telling you to go out and buy one. Definitely put your research in, see if this is the best fit for you. But very reasonable level of entry considering the brand. Mm-hmm. And we were starting to see a lot of NFT projects take off in a big way. I mean, Pudgy Penguins have almost 2 to 3x in the past.
Well, yeah, after the launch of after the announcement of their token, the Pengu token. Yeah. And I think it's gonna be interesting narrative. A lot of these NFT projects are gonna be releasing tokens. Like I know Azuki is releasing like their anime token at some point next year. Yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of hype around this. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna see other collections releasing tokens as well. Just because they need to do something to, I don't know, do something new. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting. Yeah, so definitely keep an eye out, guys, but definitely look into it if you're interested. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure everybody's aware.
Yeah.
Whoa, bounty alert. So we've been promoting the bounties for the Punisher, and like all of our bounties, they have expiration date. We were able to capture the rare 1974 capture.
Gotcha.
purchase, snag. That's all the verbs they got. So there are still common and uncommon bounties still lingering. There is a $1,000 bounty for the common and $2,000 bounty for the uncommon, which I don't believe they've been minted yet, but definitely check Stacker World to see if they've been minted. And if they haven't, definitely go for it. And our bounty is going to expire tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST.
So not much time.
Not much time. Get on that.
The last, yeah, I've definitely tweeting it out a lot. So this is the last one, but we're going to be able to. Last time you're going to be able to get involved in it. So we will have other bounties coming up very, very soon.
Very soon.
So that's a big reason why we have expiration dates. You know, budget is only so much. So got a budget for these guys, but we're excited about it, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, we hope you get involved in it.
Yep. Gotta catch 'em all, Punisher.
And speaking of which, Sabretooth First Appearance collectibles are dropping. Very similar into the same form as the Punisher. It's going to be an evolvable. That's going to include. Look at that! Look at that detail on that model.
The models are looking so much better recently.
Yeah, wow! Give it up to the VeVe team, man. They are crushing it. Yeah, whoever they're collaborating with, they've really stepped up their game, man. It looks fantastic.
I think they're doing all the stuff in house for the most part.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. So this is the common. There are 6,860 editions, and there's again a 2% chaser that has bronze cuffs. Very cool.
Cool cuffs.
Cool cuffs. Then the uncommon.
Free cuffs, bro.
This is the crafts. So you have to have a common plus 7 gems and 500 MCP points to burn the uncommon for this uncommon. Very cool. Man, the detail looks awesome.
Yeah.
And then same with the rare. You take the rare, the uncommon, you burn it into the rare, and that will cost you 7 gems and 1,000 MCP points, which, based on our experience, the burning to the uncommon and the rare and the ultra rare are relatively easy. It's the secret rare where you have it's gonna be a fight to the finish line for sure. The ultra rare. Very cool.
No, happy.
He's got cuffs. He's got cuffs on. He's in prison. He's not He's sad. There's 1,000 editions, and again, 10 gems, 5,000 MCP points, and you have to burn a rare. And you can get these in the marketplace, or you can get them in the store. And then the secret rare. That looks awesome. Look at those teeth. Oof, that is awesome. Yeah, and it's a craft as well. And these are happening. Yes, they're happening each day. So between I think the original date that where it drops is the 14th. Okay. Is the first day that the common drops all the way through the 18th.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like how they spread it out over like multiple days. It kind of, I don't know. It's like it extends the fun a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I don't feel like I just like rush and do everything all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes them. Yeah, it definitely makes it more fun, and also helps balance everything out. So, yeah.
Sabretooth.
So good. All right, let's get into some of the questions.
Well, actually, real quick before the questions, I wanted to pull up one more thing that I had here. Thought this was really cool. I don't know if you guys saw this. So Matt Mason posted about this. So there's basically there's a platform called Broadcore that they've been doing some really cool stuff with, and they're collaborating with Black Mirror, like the Netflix Black Mirror, to do some really cool things. And I think you're actually able to basically like mint your broadside PFP into the whole experience, and then use it within the Black Mirror experience. So yeah, I think there's like there's something like 20 projects or something like that, or 20 different projects that were like accepted, that were kind of compatible with this whole thing. So yeah, if you're a broadside holder, really cool opportunity to get involved in it. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to actually go through and do it yet, but yeah, I just saw this posted today and I thought it was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Big shout out to Matt Mason and the entire broadside team. Very cool project. Very excited for the things that they're developing. So very cool collaboration.
Some really cool things. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
was literally just thinking about this.
It also says right here, a Black Mirror and Core Protocol token airdrop specifically.
Wow,
so
that's cool.
Some kind of a token airdrop for for getting involved. So yeah,
Very
if you
cool.
got a broadsider, mint it onto the platform.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome. Wow.
Cool.
Nice.
Big shout out to VeVe Zombie. Thank you for the question. Hey guys, I would love to get your opinion on a collectible I just purchased in real life. I got the Iron Man Funko Gold.
Cool.
I believe that was the rare. That was the rare. In a sealed box, unopened. What's your opinion in the future for this collectible? Oh, gotcha. The Funko Gold. So it's sealed.
It's sealed.
Yeah.
We don't know what's inside. Yeah, it could be any of the rarities.
What are my thoughts on the future of this collectible? Well, I will say that the biggest value that this definitely had was the bounty that David you had on them.
Major bounty out on the number one.
Unfortunately, those expired.
Mm-hmm.
The redemption codes have expired now at this point. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of the first collaborations between Funko and VeVe, so and Marvel together. So, yeah, they're a pretty limited run. I think they're very cool collectibles, and a lot of people enjoy them. So, in terms of an investment long term, I mean, I really don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
I also don't know what your entry price was. So, I think long term they could do well. I think it's obviously a bunch of major brands doing their kind of first collaboration together. So, I think it could have some significance. But yeah, I think because the redemption's done for the digital collectible, it definitely hurts a little bit. But yeah, if I were you, I probably wouldn't open it. I'd probably keep it sealed.
There's not really a reason to open it, and especially since you can't even redeem for the digitals now.
And also monitor the markets for the open ones and see what they're going for. So it's like if the secret rare, whatever the most scarce one becomes really valuable because there's so few of them, and we know Funko collectors go crazy over super scarce Funko. So there's a chance that somebody might be willing to pay a lot for the blind box, essentially in order to go for the chase. So I think just monitor the prices of what the unopened ones are going for, and then make a decision off of that. That's
a great assessment, Spencer. I totally agree. And to add to your point, that's the biggest part of why sealed packs sell for so much. Is because of the chase aspect. You have a lot of old packs of cards, like the 1952 Topps pack, sell for like $100,000 plus. They were once 5 cents. Now it's selling over $100,000 because of the chase for the Mickey Mantle Topps rookie card. And that's the biggest component. So, and same with modern cards too. You have LeBron James rookie cards. You have a lot of packs that are extremely valuable because there's a chase aspect.
Or even like Pokemon,
Pokemon, 100%.
Totally.
In any of those cards, really. Yeah. So that's really what it comes down to. So great assessment there, Spencer. I totally agree. Definitely keep an eye on the market for the physicals because now you can't redeem the digital. So the value for what you have entirely is relied on the physicals. So if you're getting it for yourself just as a collectible that you enjoy, awesome. In terms of investment, it's going to be contingent on that.
Yeah.
That's
a good idea, Jason. You get the sealed one graded. Just because the box is cool.
That's
not a bad idea.
That's awesome. Slider, what's up, bud? Thanks for joining. What are your thoughts on the new modern same-day release comics on VeVe, only 1,000 mints? I usually don't collect a lot of modern comics because of big print runs unless I really love the cover. And that's a great point. I mean, a lot of the physicals will have 50, 100,000 print runs, right? But the digital only is 1,000. And we've been talking about this for a while. What happens when the next significant character, first appearance character drops? And for the modern comic, it's inevitable. It will happen eventually. It could be next year. It could be 10 years from now. We don't know. But the fact you could potentially get 1,000 print run in digital format, accessible worldwide, which is also a really big factor, right? That's a really big deal. There's a lot of people in different countries that aren't able to get these physical comic books, but they're able to get digital format. Big deal. But imagine an Ultimate Fallout 4 style book, only 1,000 in digital format. That's nuts. That's nuts. So definitely keep an eye and ear out for certain characters that are being introduced into the Marvel universe. There's going to be speculation on a lot of characters, but there could be a potential low level of entry because you're early and you did your homework and you're prepared. So everyone out there, keep your ear out and definitely keep an eye on those potential characters coming out. So that could be a big factor.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't buy a ton of the ones on VeVe the new releases, but like if it's like a number one issue of something that I think is a cool story, a cool character, something that might end up in the MCU or something like that. Like those are the things I'll generally go for. It's like like the X-Men '97 #1, like stuff like that. But otherwise, I don't know. I think if I was a bigger comic reader, like I read like certain stories that I really love, but I'm like not super big on like finding new stories that are coming out that I'm really into. So yeah, I think I was a bigger reader, then maybe I'd buy more in order to read them, you know. But yeah, that's just kind of my own style when it comes to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so if anybody else has any more questions about the modern comics, definitely let us know. We definitely get involved in some of them. It's really cool. I think the idea behind it's absolutely, they're setting themselves up for success long term. It's really exciting. Yeah, especially when it catches on.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, one more comment here. What up,
Ben? Appreciate you, Ben.
Oh, Rose! Yay!
Everyone out there, Ben Rose, the co-CEO of VeVe Digital Collectibles. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate you, Ben.
Yeah, thanks for the support.
Yeah.
Great guy. We love him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, time to move on to our next segment, which is an interview segment. We haven't done this on one of our Q&As before, so this is a first for us. But
so go easy on us.
Yeah, as you guys know, we're like huge fans of connecting the digital world and the physical world, and big fans of Phygital. And because of that, we've been getting a lot into RWA and like real world asset projects. And we're very excited about like Fanable and Courtyard and what they've been doing. But there's so many other aspects of it and so many other real world assets that can be tokenized. So yeah, just been doing a lot of research into that. And through all of that, we got introduced to a really interesting RWA project, actually through a good friend, Jason Rindall, aka Up Crypto, and got a chance to talk to Pete, who is the CEO and founder of the company, and really excited about what he's building and wanted to share it with all you guys. He's not paying us to be here, but full disclosure, I do own some tokens. So I don't know if you guys, I own some tokens. So I do want to put that out there for everyone to know. But yeah, really excited to introduce Pete.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hi, everybody. So, Spencer, I really appreciate. I really appreciate the subliminal messaging. Paying you guys. Okay, I can check it.
We're nothing but transparent,
We're all about transparency.
Well, I have a question for you. Are beard steins collectibles?
I mean, I'm sure they are.
Certain ones, like if they're like historical and like probably from like the right manufacturer and the right time.
Yeah. Okay.
So many different markets out there that are collectible that you can only pick so many to learn about. And I can't say that's not one of the ones I've learned about.
Although I will say, I'm not disappointed that I don't know about that. Dang it.
Well, it's funny you were talking about Adidas because I'm originally from Nuremberg, Germany, and I sold my accent for beer money in college. And Adidas, Pescanaro, is where they were founded. And I don't know if you know the story behind Adidas and Puma, but they were two brothers that got into a fight. They originally were called Adidas. And then Puma got founded because the brothers had a schism. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I did not know any of that.
That's a cool story.
I got a wealth of knowledge. I'm really excited. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was kind of fascinating watching all this stuff. I was like, wow, it makes sense. I'll tell you a little story real quick, if I may. About 10 years ago, I had a girlfriend who she used to love to go thrifting. Is that what it's called when you go to like garage sale?
Yeah.
So her kids were like, I don't know, in their early teens. And so we went to this elderly woman's home and her son had moved away and what happened there. I bought about 4 boxes of these Pokemon cards. And so we gave them to her kid. And she told me, we take friends after we split up, But anyway, the funny thing is, like, a few years ago, she told me that we put all these cards on eBay and paid like over $35,000 selling these cards. That I think I paid like $20 for. It was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole economy that the layperson, like the idiot like me, just wouldn't know anything about. It's amazing all the stuff you guys were doing. It's fascinating.
We actually we got an answer for you from a member of our community. Ooh. So yes, my mom collected them. She still has them. Depends on the story depicted on the Stein.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Ooh. Oh, you got a few.
We got a bunch of them up there.
I got a okay, never mind. I'm 147 years old, guys. I can expect so far.
It's okay.
But, and then the other thing is my mother used to collect Armani figurines. So we have probably about 50 of them at in storage. Well, I have no idea what they're worth.
Oh, cool.
So I might have to hang out with you folks. Screw crypto, screw WeeDE, man. Let's talk about some of these collectibles. I might be rich and not even know it. I have all these coins from collector's editions from the Munich Olympics in 1972 that are
Oh,
all
wow.
mint and never released. All that stuff. So maybe I need to hang out with you guys some more often. But that's not why we're here today.
That
So
is
I
not why
apologize for digressing.
Yeah, well, let's get into it. So,
Yeah.
I guess like a good place to start is your background. I mean, you've had a pretty incredible background in the tech space, and you've been involved in kind of like the early days of a lot of different industries. So, would love to hear about that.
Yeah, I know I'm only 29, but no, I'm a little bit older, like 2 times older. But yeah, after I started in big box retail, so at 29, I ran for Office Depot, and there's a guy named Kevin O'Leary, otherwise known as Mr. Wonderful. I gave his first big break. Helped introduce Packard Bell computers into retail back in the late 80s. If you guys remember, like CompuServe, and no, you guys don't. Forget it. I had partnerships that's older than you guys. But if you remember the old CompuServe, AOL, Prodigy bundled modems, yeah, I was the first guy to bring those in. In 1995, I helped co-found a company called Hot Office. We were known at the time as the first cloud company. Basically, we were the first cloud company. We were Google Apps 10 years before Google existed. So that was a quintessential story on how to turn $50 million into 3 obsolete computers in the future. And then I hired a guy to run the entertainment division and helped launch a music label in 1999, 2000. Prior to that, worked with Todd Lundgren, Danny Goldberg, and a bunch of artists. And it was basically trying to help them develop their brand identity and how to monetize their brand on this thing called the internet. So it's kind of funny how all of it's kind of cyclical, right?
Yeah.
And then in 2010, I had a little bit of echo. Can you guys hear that as well?
I don't hear an echo. Do you guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys are seeing this too, but Pete's breaking up a little bit for me. But
is it horrible though, or can you hear me okay?
I can hear you pretty good.
Cool.
Okay, good. All right. Well, anyway, so what I was going to say is in 2010, I developed a reward-based gaming platform called Real Cash. And really, we created, actually it's 2008, we created a digital wallet that would allow advertisers to build structural relationships with their insider customers. And basically build games around, brand management and being a brand zero, if you will. And so 15, I got into the cannabis industry. And lost a lot of money doing that. But no, my somewhat claim to fame is and I say this with humility, but I'm somewhat known as the guy who helped introduce CBD into the Midwest and the Southeast. So I worked with a guy from Starless Web. I think Spencer, you're in Colorado. You need to be familiar with Charlotte's Web and all those folks as well. So, but yeah, and so I mean, I have a diverse background, but a lot of throughout my career, it's always been leading edge, not necessarily bleeding edge. Kind of the tip of the spear stuff. I've always been a strategist, been hired by hedge funds to kind of understand markets and understand migration and consumption behaviors as well as inflection points. And so it kind of naturally gravitated me into the crypto world because there's a lot of replication that's going on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because when you think about, back in 1992, we had this thing called the internet, and people were chatting and, forum, of course, build the internet. But, there's like community building, I think, along those lines, the idea of being able to, collaborate and communicate with like-minded people from anywhere in the world, like amazing stuff. But then all of a sudden, people are like, what's next? And so that's when the cloud company came along. It was like, building utility and productivity and basically using the browser as your operating system and being able to collaborate and, really it was a paradigm shift in terms of the workforce and decentralized workforce and things along those lines. And so I think in many aspects, crypto as it pertains to what we're doing specific to cannabis and in Germany is, revisiting things all over again. It's just, it much if you think it changes, it kind of stays the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
nice. Well, you have an incredible background, and yeah, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm tired. I need a nap. Is that okay? Can I do
that? No, I was just gonna say it's really cool that you've you've been able to take your experience kind of being in the forefront and the bleeding edge in a bunch of other spaces, and being able to kind of take your experience and bring that into what you're building right now, which is a good transition to. Why don't you tell us about what you're building? Yeah, tell us about WeeDE and the whole, cannabis operation that you're building in Germany, and we'd also love to hear, why Germany and all that.
Well, sure, of course. And actually, it's kind of funny because there's kind of that Jamaican influence when you say Jawi, Yaman. But actually, it's Ya, which is a German word for yes. So
Yes.
Yawi is a matchup. It's a matchup between the German word yes, obviously weed, and then the international term for Germany and Deutschland being DE.
Yeah.
So Yawi. And the reason why Germany was primarily because here in the U.S., the cannabis industry is all jacked up. I mean, we have Big Canna, and there's these companies that, when we became legal on a state-by-state basis, a lot of companies would come in with hundreds of millions of dollars, and they kind of threw away all the operational protocols, all the practical, business modalities that you need, in other words, to grow a business in a responsible manner and fashion. And, and a lot of people lost, frankly, hundreds, if not billions, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And so Germany is really kind of cool because as opposed to legislators meeting with lobbyists, in back rooms, exchanging envelopes filled with some paper, you have the health minister actually, did research and said, look, we don't quite understand the therapeutic medicinal aspect of the plant. And, but we do believe that it does have therapeutic medicinal value. And we know it's relatively harmless relative to like tobacco and alcohol. And we believe in individuals' right to pursue, natural means in which to help themselves feel better. And so now we have this nation of 84 million people where everybody under the age of 18 can grow up to 3 plants. But here's the thing. Germany is not much larger than the state of Michigan. I'm in Detroit right now. It's a little bit smaller than Montana, kind of Michigan. But a lot of people don't live in single-family development states. So the idea of me growing 3 plants at home, because that's in a secure location, could be offensive. Not because of the smoking itself, but the smell of the plant and so on and so forth. That pungent odor, like the most funky kind of curry that you ever want to have, like in the building, right? So, but the point is, so what we decided to do is that we know that the government had some sensible, responsible and sensible legislation about it. They limit the amount of grants a person can purchase. You have to be a member of a club, or a membership of a club. They have fixed pricing. You can actually buy cannabis at a pharmacy, and also on top of that, you can do banking, which is one of the biggest conundrums that we face here in the U.S. You're dealing with cash-based economy and so on.
I just want to use a credit card at the dispensary. That's all I want.
Exactly. We can hook you up. So, excuse me, I'm sorry, but anyway, the point is that. So, the thing is that here in Michigan, for example, we have this whole model that consisted of grow-ups and compassion clubs. And I thought, what a great way to replicate that model here. We'll have a series of grow-ups. They'll have 500 members. And what we're doing is we're going to have actually the members buy the plants themselves. And by doing that, we are then a service provider. So we are master growers. We'd be growing on your behalf. The cost of the cannabis to them would be roughly half of what you could buy at a pharmacy. And because we're not charging all the excise taxes because it's your plant. And the way that we primarily make money is because they allow only 50 grams of purchasing per month. So as a result, you're going to have all these overages. So if you know what you're doing, and I estimate things very conservatively. I'm old enough to know that you don't want to. You always under promise and over deliver.
Always.
Yeah, exactly right. So, but the point is that with 3 harvests per year, 500 patients, 1,500 plants, we would have roughly 710,000 grams of overages, and that's only assuming a half a pound yield per plant. Were to be quite truthful, in a lot of indoor facilities, if you have good growers, they can grow up to 2 pounds per plant. So in this case, what we're able to do is we're able to offer, exclusive strains. We provide a service by being able to grow on behalf of these people who couldn't grow in their homes. We take the overages, and for every grow off that we have, we'll have 2 compassion clubs that can support 500 different members and be able to sell them the cannabis at roughly 20 to 25% less than the market rate. So than the existing market rate. Now here's the cool thing. On the grow off side, our writing margin is about 60%. Our EBITDA is around 35 to 40%. EBITDA earnings supporting from taxes, right? And then on the grow off side, on the compassion club side, north of 75%. Small footprint, people can't consume there. I have the rights to exclusive strains. I can't reveal that quite yet. But
cool.
But here's the thing: is so I thought, well, this is a really cool model, and what we'll do is we'll cookie cutter it, and we'll take it from one major city in Germany to another, to another, to another. And we'll just look at greater MSAs of over 1 million, population. But Germany being the economic powerhouse, I think the 4th largest or 3rd largest economy in the world. The rest of Europe followed their lead, so then we'll expand to other parts of Europe. And the model here, and look, I'm going to admit this, guys. At 18, my yearbook photo in high school should have been a ball. It really should. But today, it's all about the therapeutic and medicinal value and understanding the plant. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pro-adult use, pro-responsible use, and all those things, but I also own a terpene company. A lot of people don't know what terpenes are, but everybody kind of does. But they're hydrocarbons that make the various strains and genetics of cannabis unique by the by the blends of the terpenes. And so I work with Ayurvedic practitioners. I work with naturopaths. I have 3 Ayurvedic practitioners in India. I have 2 naturopaths in Switzerland that I work with. And we're developing all these ailment-specific formulas because really the ultimate mission here is to give the consumer the option to replace the medicine chest with Mother Nature.
Yeah.
And it's not this big, like, we need big pharma. I mean, look, if I chop my arm off, I'm going to the hospital. I'm not going to put the leads on it, right? But the reality is that, there is, look, the Bible in the book of Exodus even mentions cannabis. It's called cannabis. And I work with a theologian at Oxford University in England. Actually, I reached out to him on LinkedIn. And he gave me the recipe for the healing book. And so I replicated it. It's called Rapha, which is ancient Hebrew for medicine. So we're talking about cannabis, a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's one of the fastest growing industries in the world. I've known Jason for, about 20 years now. Always found him to be a very bright, affable guy. I hate him because he looks about 30 years younger than he is. And so I don't like that. But very bright guy. And,
you guys have a similar choice in headwear.
I'm sorry?
You guys have similar choice in headwear, at least.
Grass doesn't grow on business streets, fellas. So
I meant the hat, no, it was under it, but
so it's funny. I was following him for 4 months. Honestly, I admit I'm a crypto newbie, but I thought, wow, how cool would it be? Well, let me stop for a second. So back in the day, in my years at Earthline, looking over at other companies, I launched affinity and loyalty programs. So I put a loyalty program together for AARP, AAA. That's why ComputerSay. Like probably about 20 or 30 different Fortune 500 companies. And I thought, these meme tokens really have no intrinsic value. And no offense to anybody who's a big collector, but in terms of, I don't want to see somebody's butt. I don't want to see a picture of a dog. I want to understand a real world application around it.
I think you missed when we were talking about Fartcoin earlier.
Yeah, well, I think
Fartcoin made it to 500 million.
If you're wondering. So,
yeah.
But it's kind of interesting. So I thought, why not create an entire economy around this innovative business model, create a loyalty element to it, allow members to pay for their plan, pay for their membership, and pay for the actual product itself using the WeeDE token. And I have a WeeDE business called Both on List I'll be launching as well. And be able to create a company with this crypto token, which obviously will then create buy pressure, which will hopefully increase the value of the token and so on and so forth. And got them when we first came out. Yesterday was our 90th day anniversary with almost zero marketing. I mean, horrible marketing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm
It's all word of mouth. Yeah.
But we grew from 8,000 market cap to 3.2 million with, we're now at 2 million because we have some profit takers early on, but about 2 weeks ago. But the point is that, it's because we're really offering enormous value around this service here. And I thought, well, how cool would it be if people from all over the world could go and participate in the cannabis industry? Like, we know that the Middle East, like in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, they have a great penetration with crypto purchasers. And obviously, if I show up at the airport with a coffee seat on the next part, they're going to talk to me for $9. But they can participate by way of crypto. And we can let them stake tokens, and we've created actually a dividend structure where the profits of the business, because we have to operate in profit. That's what we're really playing in Germany. So we'll take 20% of our profits, 20 or 15% to be determined. But we'll give that to people to stake tokens so we can give you a dividend on your token to add more value to it. The people who own the plants, eventually, let's say you pay like $1,000 per plant, but within 18 months, your cannabis is free and you get dividends because we give you a portion of that as the profit from having purchased the plant because we're using your overages.
Right.
So we're building this immersive, convergent, economy, utilizing, frankly, two of the fastest growing industries on the planet, doing cannabis and crypto, blockchain, and AI. And I find all of it just quite fascinating. And the reality is that, I remember in 1992 telling my friends about Prodigy and the internet, and they're saying, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
But, right? And it's like, look, I've been around the block, once maybe 500 times. And the point is that you learn that you never say never. And we know, and I'm stealing Jason's line now. He's saying, everything will be digitized. So everything will be an NFT, your driver's license, your marriage certificate. And, political discussions aside, the reality is we truly do operate in a global economy. We have supply chain efficiencies. And the way to do that really is to advent and really the blockchain combined with, a digital currency that allows me to conduct commerce anywhere on the planet. And the nice thing about it is that the WeeDE token is that we'll also be able to allow people to stake it where we can do charitable endeavors for people who are suffering from economic and medical hardship. Here in the U.S., I've given away probably $1 million worth of products, working primarily with elderly people and children who are suffering from horrific disease. And what a lot of people don't realize is that our federal government actually owns the patent on utilization of cannabinoid, the primary compound found in cannabis.
I didn't know that.
It's both a neuro. You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
No.
Okay, yeah. The government actually owns the patent on utilization as both a neuroprotectant as well as an anti-inflammatory. And we also have like a little stomach. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
yeah, I apologize.
I just want to give a big shout out to Jess. Thank you for the donation. It's very, very, very
Thank
kind.
you, Jess.
Thank you,
We
Jess.
appreciate you.
Wow, that's awesome.
And Slider has a question. Actually, is your token on any exchanges, and how do you get it?
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, we do that on CoinGecko. I think the textual. And again, gentlemen, I'm going to admit I'm a newbie still, right? I mean, I'm learning. And there's a lot of fundamental elements that I'm familiar with, but it's still I'm still learning too. But what people do is we're based on ETH, so you swap base ETH for the WeeDE token. Spencer, you've been through that process, right?
Yeah,
And,
I was going to drop the contract address real quick in the comments just in case.
Yeah, that's perfect.
But yeah, so basically it's traded on Uniswap on base chain.
It's on base chain. Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get.
And I'll make sure to give your address, and I'll send you the deck for helping me out here.
You use your base wallet. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So that's the contract address. But yeah, it's really easy. You can get the way to get ETH on base. Easiest way to do it is to put ETH into your Coinbase wallet on mainnet, and then you can withdraw it for free onto the base network to an external wallet, just like the Coinbase wallet or whatever. And then you can go ahead and buy it using that contract address and trade it against ETH. But yeah, so it's on Uniswap. That's basically where you can get it at the moment.
And, we're really treating it like think about like American Express membership rewards, truly a loyalty element behind it. But instead of Amex in this case assigning the value of that American Express reward point orders, we're in a free market economy. And so the consumer can, become confused, by virtue of supply and demand, and all those things, all those economic things that I forgot about because I was too busy doing bong hits in my dorm room at 19 years old. So, but the point being is that, so we really, I think that when you look at crypto in general, this is my prediction, and purely mine, but I think these meme tokens will eventually get to the wayside. It might be a nostalgic effect, it might be a collectible element behind it, I have no idea. But I think just like the internet was purely about getting online and connecting with people and building communities in the early 90s, crypto evolved to the point where people are going to demand utility, functionality, some sort of real world element behind it. Some sort of actually tangible business associated with that digital currency. And I think in many ways we're pioneering that, plus creating a disruptive business model in cannabis. And and eventually we'll do R&D. Jason said this, and I believe him. Eventually, we'll get to the point where the token itself was something done as enough of our effort where we'll be able to give away our inventory to people for free. And that's when we come back to the United States and create a disruptive model because we're doing research and development. We're looking at alternative treatments. We're looking at the convergence between traditional Western medicine, and Eastern Chinese medicine, and so on and so forth. So, have I used all my words yet, guys? Or no? I'm not sure.
Sure, you sound great, and I also threw the website up here as well. There's a bunch of that's what's on the screen here, but yeah, that's has a bunch of information about the business and kind of all the tokenomics and all that. But yeah, so
yeah, and this is guys, I understand that you have a much more sophisticated audience, and so with all sincerity, it's truly my pleasure and my privilege to have you guys have me here. I know a lot of people in the crypto space, especially, I don't know if it's an offense by the DGen and so on and so forth. They want that immediate gratification. They want to put their dollars in and get out. I look at this as a longer play.
Well, you're building a real business. You're not just launching a token and then letting. I was saying you're building a real business, and you're not just launching a token and just letting it go.
Yeah. No, there's real intrinsic value there. Yeah. And and like even with what you did, Spencer, that I'm creating this convergence of combining the real world elements in terms of fundraising. The other thing is, I will tell you this: in my career, I've raised over $250 million for various companies, including some of mine. Working with venture capitalists or an angel investors, not so with the angels with the dirty wings. The point being is that it's always, I've always found, like with this hot off endeavor, we've been $50 million into 3 options Peterson period. But at the end of the day, it was only a handful of people who walked away with all the money, while all the people who did all the work and standing there going, "Where's mine?" And so I thought maybe through crypto, what we can do by virtue of my tax wallet, fund the business and allow people to participate and make money through the growth and the value of the token by actually adding true value behind that token and creating a dividend structure. So even early on, what we did is and I studied algorithms. I've been hired by some large hedge funds to study markets, and so I'm familiar with this stuff. And so I thought, well, gosh, what if we would actually do a liquidity pool pairing? I created a net zero program where if you put in $5,000 into that liquidity pool, I will give you in net zero, in other words, the equivalent amount of $5,000 in tokens. And on top of that, you get a portion of the gas fees. We set up a portion of our tax wallet that we share with people in perpetuity, so it's ongoing revenue. And then in terms of the real world business, I have a quarter point in the business, and we intend to become a global brand. So we're combining all these elements of the real world assets of the digital economy, and we're creating a numerous revenue stream for people to participate, while ultimately, God willing, just truly helping people achieve a better quality of life through natural medicine. And that's kind of my spirit, fellas. That's really it.
Yeah.
But I want to know about those steins. I really do. Like, I love those steins. I got
We'll take you
Back
back.
to
Go back
Stein.
to-
We'll get back
yeah.
Yes, send us some photos. I'll take a look
Yeah.
at them.
yeah.
But
I'll you know what it's at.
yeah, no, for me, my mom, before she passed away, she ended up having like bad knees and a lot of issues and she ended up having cancer, and she turned to cannabis, and it helped her a lot. You know, she didn't smoke it, she just took CBD, and it was one of those things where I saw in her the change where she realized, oh, this actually helps people. It's not just this drug, this thing,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that really was
I'll
important.
I'll tell you something. So, probably shouldn't admit this, but you know, I work with people all over the country. You know, in some places where cannabis isn't illegal. And it's not about selling, but I make this oil. It's infamous somewhat in cannabis to me called red Simpson oil. Some people call it Fico or Trico. It's a highly concentrated cannabis oil. And there are people who anecdotally say it cures cancer and so on and so forth. And I'm hesitant to say that. And the only reason why is because, you know, we don't want to give false promises to people. But I've attended enough funerals. You know, when I go into a dispensary, I don't see people who are 18, 23-year-olds just looking to be shot at, and, you know, look at they step off the back of the bus on the critical dead tour bus. But it's a lot of people my age who have slipped through the crack of the healthcare system here in the United States. The doctors say we can't do anything for you, or frankly, they suffer from medical and economic hardship. And I think my greatest accomplishment in life, aside from all these wonderful experiences I never imagined, you know, as a kid growing up, experience, is that I've given over $1 million worth of this product away for free to people who are suffering, and I helped more than several dozen of them achieve a better quality of life. Some are still with us, and some of them in the final stages pass on to the next stage with dignity. And that's a reward for myself.
100%.
That's awesome.
That's so important.
Sorry, guys, I get emotional on this kind of stuff. I apologize.
No, I get it. Yeah.
I've seen so many videos of people who have Parkinson's, and CBD has helped them tremendously.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it also there's a little girl who would have seizures. I think she had epilepsy, but she would have seizures dozens of times a day, and it was so I can't imagine.
Well, that's Charlotte. That's Charlotte from Charlotte's Web.
Oh, so you know the story? Yeah, of course.
You know, sadly, she passed away from COVID. Poor thing.
This is actually a different person then, because I know the dad. His name's Todd. Amazing guy. I met him at Comic Cons. But basically a mix of mushrooms is basically what. Basically a mix of like 7 or 8 different mushrooms is basically that allowed her to basically get over her seizures. She went from having like I think like 90 to 100 seizures a day down to like having like a couple. Like actually made it like manageable. You know?
Oh no! Listen, so the Michael J. Fox Foundation, they're funding research in California looking at the medicinal benefits of adaptogenic mushrooms. So like it's not, you know, the psilocybin, but it's like cordyceps and chaga, and we're doing the same thing. Like, you know, with the Ayurvedic practitioners, we're creating formulas that have ashwagandha in there, and jnana, which I think is amazing. Blue lotus, which is you know, kind of indigenous to Egypt. It was used for ceremonial purposes. You know, we're currently open to experimenting, looking at microdosing and psilocybin. You know, I mean, there's all these medicines that, and again, it's not like big bad pharma, but at the end of the day, I think there's some truth to the fact they're trying to suppress, you know, these natural products from coming to market because, you know, we develop pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceutical industry has a lot of money to lose. So
we do, yeah. So I mean, so that's why Germany, right? I mean, because the health industry, they're the ones setting it. It's not a greed motivated thing. It's kind of a libertarian stance where it's like you have a right to do something to make yourself feel better as long as you're not harming anybody else. But we're going to put some parameters around it. And those parameters actually help a business like me, a small to medium-sized business initially, thrive because we're allowed to, you know, use those overages and make profits off of this. Even though we're not making a profit, we'll treat our tech vendors like doing good stake like consultants, give them dividends, so forth.
Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for coming on here.
No, guys, it's truly been my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
And definitely make sure.
And I just want to real quick. I think Pete, you had a promotion that you wanted to talk about.
Which one is it?
You had you do have a lot of promotions. You had a token promotion, something related to the token. I think.
Oh yeah, like first time buyers, they get a 10% bump, and that's an ongoing thing. So when I launched this token, I made my money on the tax wallet. So I bought like 250 million tokens, and the idea is not to hold any of them at the end of the day. So I want to reward people by giving those bonuses. We give referral bonuses. In possibly, come to our Telegram page, please, and you'll see all the different efforts and promotions that we have constantly going. But really, the liquidity pool that you participated in, Spencer, is really the primary. It's a lot of traction. I mean, net zero. You put in your money to get tokens, plus you get a portion of the gas fees, and also sort of tax balance as well as an equity stake in the business itself. We, technically, sort of fellows, we file that under dozen stuff. So
beautiful. So I guess if you, based off the stream, you're interested in buying WeeDE token, jump into the Discord and say that you're a first time buyer, right? And then you'll get the 10%.
Yeah.
Or is it just automatic?
No, you have to let us know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to let us know. Okay. So jump into the WeeDE. Yeah. Jump into the WeeDE Telegram group.
Fourth grade was the toughest 7 years of my life, guys. Okay. I mean, you got to work. All right. So.
Yeah. Okay,
and make sure to get involved in the giveaway that we're doing right now. We're giving away 2 physical comic books. Yeah, in collaboration. Yeah. It's very fun giveaway. So make sure to go in the details down below. Click the link or go to our Twitter account to get involved in that giveaway. And it's open worldwide. So make sure to get involved, guys.
And please follow us. Please follow.
Make sure to follow them too. We include their Twitter link down in the details as well.
No, you guys did a great job. A lot of people are almost like, because I'm not. I mean, so for me, it's like, guys my age, we're relegated to like Facebook. When you're over 50, you have to make you're over here.
Get over there. Get the Facebook.
I'm kidding. But
awesome.
no, guys, again, my sincere gratitude and appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on here, Peter.
All right, guys.
All right.
Have a wonderful week.
Okay, I'll pay a look. Thanks so much. Yeah. See you guys all next week.
Bye.